in every cell and certainly my body.
Punish me with brutality. Talk to me so you can see what's going on. Oh, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Well, I've got to find a way to get some loving here today. Oh, Brother G, honesty with brutality. Talk to me so you can see what's going on. What's going on? What's going on? La 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 la. Thank you, that was fun.
Transcendental meditator. He calls me up and he says, "Kiddo, I'm coming to the Temple of Peace. What can I bring to the Temple of Peace?" I said, "I don't know, you're born again Jew. You tell me, what would you bring to the Temple of Peace in Hawaii?" And so then on the high holiday of Yom Kippur, he rented a beautiful house up the road and he walked to to the Temple of
Nick, it was good to
Peace
see you on
carrying
Rosh Hashanah. Thanks
this
for coming.
Oh my
This
God.
Torah is a
And
400
it's in 400 years old and it's in really good shape.
It's a 400
We've
year
had
old Torah.
other rabbis and female rabbis laying notes have read from it.
And then we decided to build an ark for the Torah.
Got
Nice.
a
It's a
cedar.
cedarwood ark, and the cedarwood ark has different symbols in it.
This is our sweet Torah.
Oh my gosh.
Here's the
Shama
Torah. So I'm gonna, so somebody would chant a wonderful mantra, some Hebrew chants, and then I'm gonna give it to somebody, who's then gonna pass it to somebody else.
Maybe?
Yeah.
Sounds like a baby, 400-year-old baby.
Wow, that's incredible. And where did he get it? You know where he got it?
little faster.
Yeah,
All of its supporters are happy as the tree of life. To them that hold faster, all of its supporters are happy. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Ileman chazikel tonecha me'ushar tzayim b'man
Such a Talmud scholar.
I'm bringing that one in.
Eastern European.
Oh, really? Eastern European.
Russia.
There were a lot of Holocaust Torahs that were brought over.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have able to, but your dad would know. Yeah.
Doesn't involve.
Okay, everybody take
In squares, but really the truth of our planet, the truth of so much is more circular connections. And
Bring in the light, and Mama, you can hold this. You're admiring it, so. So Havdalah, the end of Shabbos. And I was always very taken by this ritual. It's very sensual, as you'll see as we go through the senses, sight and touch and smell. I'm a theologist. Yeah, and it gave permission to bring in other rituals, and I think all of what discovering relationship with spirit and prayer is what is your unique way of connecting. So, yeah, I don't, what is Havdalah?
Havdalah means distinction, separation between the Sabbath and the rest of the week. And she says it's sensual because it spatially involves to recognize that every one of our senses are a gift of God and an opportunity for awareness of God's presence. In our taste, we taste the wine. In our smell, we pass around spices. In our sight, we look at the light of the candle. And the sound, the hearing of the prayer. Touch, taste, sound, smell. And it's a short and sweet service.
Short and sweet.
I like short and sweet stuff. Yeah, it's very nice. But it's an acknowledgement of God's presence in all of our senses, in every aspect of creation. God is in everything I see, for God is in my mind, in every cell of our being. And so to have a simple ceremony that lights a light. And you notice the Havdalah candle has many wicks, anywhere from 3 to 7 or 9. And when many wicks burn together. Yeah. When many wicks burn together, it burns as a single flame. So such is the truth of humanity. We are each our own unique light, and yet we burn together in oneness, and that's very beautiful. And when you have a light, each of us have a light. By lighting another person's light, it does not diminish our own by bringing light into another person's life. So if we have a metaphor of light as something like happiness, our happiness is not diminished by sharing our happiness with another human being. And that's very beautiful, you know. And the Talmud says it's better to light a candle than to curse the darkness. And that's a very profound message too. Whatever we can do to be light bearers rather than, oh, this is the world that's right now. No, we need to, there's a beautiful movie out now called Occupy Love. Have you seen this, a little documentary?
No.
It's very beautiful, very beautiful. It's talking about some of the events over the last year, but it's put in the context of what we really have to occupy is the love of our hearts and awareness that somehow we're all connected. And that's really the essence of what it's about. Havdalah separates the Sabbath from the rest of the week, but it's all holy. It's all a holy event. You know, there's no place that God's presence is not. And we make the distinction, we make the separation between Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you know. These are our human kinds of things, like we separate north, south, east, and west. You look up at the sky, there is no north, south, east, and west. The stars don't know north, south, east, and west. So it's like we make a lot of rules and ideas. We separate countries and people and separate race, color, creed, whatever we do with our ideologies and our nonsense. But a lot of what humans are about is separation. So Havdalah gives us a chance to make a separation, but to be aware that there's a holy connection. And it's just us that is making that separation. But not to lose out on the holiness of every day, and not to lose out on awareness that somehow everything is God intoxicated. So we need to close the lights. Close the lights.
Before we start, there's one car parked right on the sidewalk. And they're gonna get a really expensive ticket, so.
Oh, yeah, a car on the sidewalk? Does anyone have a car?
Right on the sidewalk, whoever.
What kind of car is it? Does anyone have any information on what car it is?
Well, it's the only car, it might be a scam, it's the only car right on the sidewalk. It's not if you guys call it.
And the opportunity to begin again.
I'll help you figure out where.
With these separations that we create in our minds, wishing we could go back and erase that or do it again. This is a new moment. This is a new week. It's kind of nice that we have Monday through Friday and then Saturday is Shabbos. With the beauty of the distinctions, to say that's what makes a rainbow. And I say when people ask me what I do in my life, I'm a junkie for transition. I love the change and the opportunity to begin again, to say, and now I'm anew. It's like Rosh Hashanah every week, you know. It's a new year, it's a new week, it's a new beginning. So in this ritual, just, you know, acknowledging the senses that pass through, that it's constantly changing, that you're going to see some different shadow that you didn't see before.
Time to light?
Yeah, it can light it whenever you're ready to begin the new week.
Big flame. There we go.
Vic?
You want to come in the middle?
Yeah, you guys come in the middle?
And we can all
We're
come
surfing on the light, you
Go
know?
in the middle.
because that's so much nicer when we're close and touching and
She's her father's daughter.
Hinei
Behold,
El Yeshuati.
God is my salvation. Eftach, I will trust. below echad, and not be afraid. Ki aziva zimra, for my strength and song. Ya Adonai is Jah the Lord. Vatehili Yeshua, and thy praise is my salvation. Ushaftemayim, and we will draw forth water. Bisason with joy. Mimaine from the fountains, Ha-Yeshua of our salvation. Ushaftemayim bisason, Mimaine Ha-Yeshua. Shaftemayim bisason, Mimaine Ha-Yeshua. Mayim, 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 mayim. Oh, mayim bisason. Mayim, 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 mayim. Oh, mayim bisason. Hey, 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 hey. La 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 la. La 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 la. Shaftemayim bisason. Mimaine Yeshua. Shaftemayim bisason. Mimaine Yeshua. Mayim, 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 mayim. Oh, mayim bisason. Mayim, 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 mayim. Oh, mayim bisason. Hey, 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 hey. La 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 la. La 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 la. Yehudi mayata ora, besimcha besason bikor. La Yehudi mayata ora, besimcha besason bikor. La Yehudi mayata ora, besimcha besason bikor. Kein Kos Yeshua, a cup of salvation. Adonai Ekra, and to my Lord I proclaim. Baruch, blessed, Atah, thou, Yah, Jah, Eloheinu, our God, Melech, Malkah, King, Queen, Infinite One, Ha'olam of the universe, Borei, who creates, fruit, Hagafen of the vine. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam
Teamwork makes the dream work. Woo-hoo. You can sip it, you can smell it, whatever is your pleasure.
There was a tradition of
Put it
taking
on
your
your third
pinky,
eye.
dipping it in the wine, and putting it in your pocket to carry the sweetness
Yeah,
of the
third eye.
Shabbat. I guess you didn't change pants all week.
And then there's some cup of the scent, yeah.
Yeah.
Baruch, blessed atah thou, Borei, who creates many varieties, besamim, of spices. It's I think a lemon with a lot of cloves stuck in it. It's very lovely.
Oh, nice.
You can use any spice, but it's nice.
Spice is nice.
Spice is nice, yes. Variety of the spice of life, yes.
Baruch Adonai Eloheinu.
Amen. God, our God. Amen.
God.
You can go right there. That's fine.
That's Rabbi Mike.
No, it's fine. Now then, the next part is we look at the light and the dark and the shadows in our hands. We hold our hands up to the light, so you're gonna have to come closer to see your shadows. We ask for empowerment. Hands yad is a symbol of will. We asked our Creator to empower our will for deeds of kindness, compassion, mercy, love, creativity, healing, playfulness, And so we look at the light, we look at the dark, we look at the shadows. Blessed is the eternal our God who allows us to differentiate light and dark. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei me'orei ha'esh. Baruch atah Adonai hamavdil bein kodesh l'chol u'bein or l'choshech bein Yisrael l'ami bein yom hashvi l'sheishesh yemei ha'ma'aseh. Baruch atah Adonai hamavdil bein kodesh l'chol. Blessed are you, eternal Jah, who allows us to distinguish light and dark, Sabbath and every day, the work of holiness and the work of every day. Blessed are you, God, who allows us to differentiate hamavdil bein kodesh, from places of holiness, l'chol, to every day. So now we take a wish that's in our mind and in our heart for the coming week. Something we'd like to accomplish, something we'd like to see, some blessing for our shared earth, for our family. And we have a wish, and on the count of 3, we're going to all blow out the candle together. And we'll wish each other a good week, a Shavua Tov, a Yom Tov, just a good week. So, you got your prayer, you got your wish. Achad, Shayim,
Shalosh.
Shavua Tov, a good week. Shavua Tov. Tov, Shavua Tov, a good week, a happy week, a healthy week, a joyous week. A good Tevah, a good Tevah, a happy week, a good Tevah, a Shalom Bach, a Freilachen Bach, just an incredible week. And we're coming into Yom Kippur, and this is part of the 10 days of turning. This is a week, the whole week is filled with opportunities for calling family and friends and said, I'm sorry. This is the mantra for the week. I'm sorry. I'm sorry we're not getting along. I'm sorry I didn't meet up to your expectations. I'm sorry I didn't even meet up to my own expectations. I'm sorry for a lot of things, and I don't want to carry this sorrow into anymore because it weighs on my heart and it's not good for my head and it doesn't really work for me. And so, as one of my favorite quotes from Annie Lamont, forgiveness is giving up all hope of having a better past. And so that's that. And if you're unforgiving, what's the other one of hers that I like that I shared? Being unforgiving is like eating rat poison and then waiting for the rat to die. Whoa, yeah, heavy. So forgiveness is a very important theme, and whatever is keeping you stuck, if you have uncles, aunts, mothers, fathers, even smothers, sure, others. Even if mommy and daddy are in heaven or they're not here, you got to find a way to clear in your heart. Light a candle and bless them on their journey. And okay, so they weren't the greatest mommy and daddy in the world, but you know what? I'm sure they did the best they could. This society has a lot of pathology, and they were doing whatever they did, and yeah, so they missed the mark, and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And you got to move forward, make it different. Make it different for yourself, for your children, and your children's children. And I find it fascinating that abuse usually perpetuates itself from generation to generation. And you wonder about that. You would think, wouldn't the abuse stop because the person who got abused, I don't want to carry this on. But the statistics show us differently. And that's sad, that it just shows us the contractions that we have to live with in a society that doesn't really cater to a loving, peaceful connection and inter-family relations. And there's a lot of challenges that we have here. So Yom Kippur is a time for collectively exploring where we missed the mark. There's really no word for sin in Hebrew. Chet, al-chet, but chet refers to the archer who shoots and misses his mark. So that's it. We missed our mark. We gotta take another arrow, and maybe we'll do better this time. And what are the ways we can improve ourselves? And why doesn't this system work? You know? And so we get together for Yom Kippur to find a way that explore some of the places where we're stuck, so we can somehow unstick it and find a way that we can find more peace, more joy, more shared prosperity and delight in our common humanity. So these are the themes. It's a big holiday. It's a fast day. It's a day of cleansing. Whoa, it's like, you know, I don't really look forward to Yom Kippur that much. I always tremble, you know, and I feel a lot of weight on that day. And then somehow at the end of Yom Kippur, after fasting and after pounding on my chest and after hearing all people sing together, I just feel a sense of lightness of being that says, you know, maybe something new is going to happen, really. And yeah, you know, there's a potential, there's a possibility, you know. We have some essential truths that we need to disseminate, you know. We live in a hydrocarbon-based technology and a hydrocarbon-based economy. Whatever you make from a hydrocarbon, you can make with a carbohydrate. That's a powerful truth. You know, carbohydrate-based technology and carbohydrate-based economy is where we need to go. That involves the living process of photosynthesis. We can talk more about it or not, but think about it. You know, the sun is all there is. It's 99.997% of all the energy and mass in our solar system. And we humans keep digging deeper and deeper into the earth looking for energy. And that's sad.
Crazy.
The first solar printing press was 1896. The technology has existed for hundreds of years. But how do you put a meter on the sun? And that's our problem. We know the technology. We've had the technology since the 60s to do solar power satellites that beam solar power down via radio waves to receiving stations. We have so much technology that we know we can do it, but oil is not easy to unseat. The king doesn't want to go quietly into the night. And so you follow where the money is. Called money illusion by consensus. Because essentially God created an infinite creation. And the abundance is there. There's enough food, there's enough shelter, there's enough for everybody. God did not create a meaningless world. Our meaningless thoughts will show us a meaningless world. And we see the same thing over and over again. Our restrictions, our places that we come up against. There's no reason in this day and age that so many children in my country should be going to bed hungry. And that is so sad. That is so sad. Not in this land of the abundance, and there's so much incredible things that we can offer, and there's such sadness and such poverty. Not only material poverty, but deep, deep spiritual poverty. And we hunger for loving each other. We hunger for connection. We hunger for not being alone. And the major disease that I see on our planet is isolation. And, you know, the two things that we do that everybody does, our birthing and our dying, it doesn't belong in a hospital. We're not sick. Babies don't come into the world being sick. And there are plenty of wonderful places, whether we build birthing centers or aqua places for babies to be born, whatever. We need to get out of the paradigm that if you're going to die, you have to be in a hospital. Where everybody, no one's going to make it out of here alive. Let me tell you that right now. The birth-to-death ratio is 1-to-1. You're born, you're going to die. And then we're here such a short time. If you really think about it, it's a very short time that we're all here. And there's no guarantees. I spent 30 years of my life being with dying kids. And it made me a very liberal parent. But she came out, thank God, okay. You know, whatever you want to do. At 14, she says, I don't want to go to school. Okay, don't go to school. Whatever. I want you to be happy. You know, whatever. I want to move out. Okay, whatever. And she, you know, look at her. Thank God. I'm so grateful. Both my kids, they had their own way. They chose it. They made their forms, and it's beautiful. You got to just trust the process enough to allow those you love the freedom to manifest the destiny that God planned for them. And And the most you can give one another is love and attention and respect. Because every human being is struggling and is doing the best they can under the circumstances. And in this day and age, I have to report that the circumstances can be very extenuating. And we see what's going on in our shared world, and it just hurts the heart. So I pray that this week, this new week, that we find some ways to connect, to enlighten, to enliven. The message is powerful, and we have so many new ways to share the message. The social media is profound. The things that we can do to communicate ideas and share creativity and artistry and play, it's a whole different world out there. So I pray that the message of God's grace and human love and connection spread far and wide, that we can sure bring a Shabbos into our shared world, and that we have a time to relate and enjoy and share happiness, healthiness, holiness, and love. Amen. Shavua Tov, B'Zut Tov. Now we're going to do dancing. Oh, brother. All right.
As the youngest.
I have a lighter.
Thank you.
I can get a bigger one, but I'm just save it for later. Yeah, just wanted it to be down here.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom.
Happy Sabbath. Good Shabbos. Good Shabbos. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Very beautiful to be in the Temple of Peace. It's a place to have peace. And Shabbat Shalom is about peace. To have a day that we devote for peace is a very beautiful idea. One day out of the week, a peace day. It's a good idea. It's really a very beautiful idea. It'd be nice if it was all 7, but let's start somewhere. You know, one day a week is good. So this Sabbath is, all Sabbaths are important. And this Sabbath is the Sabbath before Yom Kippur, and it has a special name, Shabbat Shuvah, the Sabbath of return, the Sabbath you know, the Sabbath is thought of as perfect. So our sages tell us that the Messiah will never come on the Sabbath, because why do we need the Messiah if the world's already perfect? What a great idea. Yeah. So this is as good as it gets. This is beautiful. And where is as good as it gets? It's in here. In here. And if you've had your day of rest and you ate and you smiled and you looked out in nature and you maybe did a little dance and you did some gratitude work and some prayers, it was a perfect day. It was a beautiful day. The birds did their job. The ocean moved everything in the right way. And it was beautiful. But on this Sabbath, it's a little challenging because if things were perfect, why do you need to turn anywhere? You can just face in the direction that you're going and it's all perfect. So it's it has a unique quality, this Shabbat Shuvah, a Sabbath of repentance. Because usually for all the Sabbaths, there's no repentance, there's no plopping on our heart where we missed the mark, because we see the world as perfect and we don't need to make corrections. That's the whole deal with Sabbath, that there's no work done. You know, if you come into a dark room, it's perfect if the room is dark. You don't need to put on the light.
What's the deal with the Day of Atonement? Does that come on the Sabbath ever?
Yeah, it's coming on the Sabbath this
So
week.
you have that perfect day where you have to atone
Exactly.
for what?
Exactly.
You have to atone for what?
Well, you separate the word atonement. What do you get? At one. What an idea, huh?
Oh, fuck. I'm too dense. I would never have seen it. Thank you for pointing it out.
Yeah, Yom Kippur, that after Yom Kippur was really the highest of the highs, because we felt cleansed and we felt open, and there was dancing and song and celebration. But don't rush it. We're still in Shabbos Shuvah, and I don't want to leave Shabbos too early. You know, it's so sweet. You know, I was even hesitant to drive over here, but I knew I was coming on a holy mission to go to the Temple of Peace and to be with all of us together. That's so beautiful. So I'm very glad to be here, and thank you for showing up in this space. And I want to definitely thank my beautiful brother Matt, who's very gifted and talented, and God has blessed him with beautiful hands and heart and fingers and toes. You don't see the toes. They're there. My beautiful daughter, who's been cheering me up. She's a wonderful cheerleader for my life. God gave me 2 beautiful children that helped me see more better. They helped me see more better. And precious Bonnie, who has been by my side to sing and cheer us on with her lovely voice and inspiration. And all of you, the singers, and it's very lovely. But Maui's a special place, you know. There's a lot of goddess energy here too, you know. It's really about the feminine. And you see the Sabbath is thought of in the feminine, and it's regarded in the feminine. We call the Sabbath bride. And we welcome the bride. That's why I'm wearing my goddess t-shirt. It's very beautiful, you know, because the goddess is really important, really important. And in patriarchal religions, we don't acknowledge the goddess enough, and we don't acknowledge the feminine.
That's why we love you as the rabbi.
I love you as a goddess.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I never grew up in Baltimore with a rabbi like this. Isn't this ecstatic? What a rabbi.
You know, but Shabbos is a time to wear silks and be comfortable and put on our finest and our bests, and even if we're not going anywhere, we just, you know, shower and just feel perfection of this world is manifested in the now. you know? And Shabbos is not a time to work at changing anything, it's a time to appreciate. So the feminine energy is that which nurtures, that which has Rahmanut. You know, the Hebrew word for womb is rechem, which is the same root as compassion. You know, it's very beautiful that women bring forth life. I saw a beautiful sign, you know, of an elder, a crone. Maybe she was in her 70s, and she was outside the courthouse in San Francisco when they were petitioning for gay marriages, and she held up her placard, and it was beautiful. She said, I did not come out from your rib, you came out of my vagina. It was beautiful. It was really beautiful. She told the truth. You know, that was really the truth. You know, it's like God. You know, God had to make a woman out of man's rib. It's a strange story, but it has so many different levels to it. And if you read commentary, it's something very different than what you would read regularly. So I don't want to talk about this right now, but the Sabbath is a feminine holiday, once a week, a time for receptiveness, a time for quietness, for thanksgiving, for nurturing, for being, for blessing, for companionship. Even the rabbis of old, and they were mostly men, you know? Most of them were men, except for Bruria and a couple of Talmudic scholars who happened to be women, but the majority was men, but they said, the Sabbath is about L'chadodi, come my bride, come my beloved. The Sabbath is about, they even decided, you know, they even thought making love was a mitzvah, a good deed on the Sabbath. That's a fascinating approach, you know, you'd think it was work. But no. It's put into the realm of a mitzvah. If you are a Talmud Chacham, if you're a scholar, you're obligated to at least make love at least once a week on the Sabbath. And all the rest of the days you'd be in the yeshiva learning from the holy books. That's all love. So there's some wisdom that comes, you know. If there wasn't some essential structures in Judaism that really kept my attention, I would have thrown the baby out with the bathwater long ago. Because patriarchal forms are really, they're not working. They really are not working. And we need to find something new, something changing. Find more, you can call egalitarian. There really is no two genders. That's not how God made us. But there's a feminine aspect. There's a yin and a yang that the Tao talks about. And the Tao is very, very clear. It says, no yang, know the male, but follow yin. That's very powerful. To know the masculine, to be able to lift the boulders and do the heavy lifting and things, but follow the place of compassion, of nurturing, of caring, of connecting, of wanting to give birth to something wonderful and new. And we have that potential within us in our common humanity. And so the Sabbath is a wonderful feminine holiday. Would you like to say anything about the Sabbath, my beautiful feminine presence daughter? She said she wanted to lead us in Havdalah, but I'm putting her on the spot for the Sabbath.
I'm thinking if there's
She knows
something.
a lot about the Sabbath. She was raised in a rabbinical family.
No, I enjoy your preaching. This has been a discussion recently that he doesn't really want to be a Rebbe or be a rabbi, and you can't ever escape that. And that's really
We're all Rebbe's, so that's
we're
the
all
beauty of the
Rebbe's, but
tradition.
that
We're all
being
Rebbe's.
here and sharing the wisdom of yeah, that part. And yeah, so I'm soaking it in and appreciating it. I don't think I have something I want to say about.
Wait for Havdalah.
Would you have something you could say to the couple young kids here? Because he hasn't, I was raised Orthodox in Baltimore, and he wasn't. He's raised here. We're liberal, we're universal.
I'm everything.
So I just thought maybe something, your heart might have something to say to these kids here.
Yeah, I really appreciated the multi-generationalness of Rosh Hashanah. That was really beautiful.
No babies, though, we missed out on the babies.
No, we'll have to rent a baby.
Rent them.
I said something to my dad about not wanting to go to rabbinical school. What I do in life is being a Rebbe, is space holding, particularly for people at end of life and people in the beginning of life. And I said I didn't relate. Why I didn't want to do that is I didn't feel like I'm Jewish. Yeah, I'm Jewish, and not Christian or Jew, Muslim, Buddhist, Hindu, Sufi, or Zen, not any religion or cultural system. I'm not from the east or the west, not out of the ocean or up from the ground.
Not
Natural or ethereal, not composed of elements at all.
I do not exist.
I am not an entity in this world or the next. Did not descend from Adam and Eve or any origin story. My place is placeless, a trace of a traceless. Neither body or soul, I belong to the beloved, have seen the two worlds as one, and that one called to and know. First, last, outer, inner, only that breath-breathing human being.
Amen. What? Rumi.
Rumi. So that, I think, is the next generation piece, is how do we bring it all together to feel the unity of love of God, that we're all just be so intoxicated with.
And love of each other.
Yeah, the magic, that there's no division, that it's all of these put together, that is, hopefully will bring more peace. And the not doing. Sabbath is a really good idea, and it's really hard with iPhones and iPads. We're not human doings, we're human beings. So the being part. And maybe it's something that happens as you get older, the stillness that's invited, but I'm into Sabbath. Good thing.
So fourth commandment, remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. It's a beautiful concept, to have one day, to choose one day of week, to do something very different, and to be something different than the rest of the week. The concept is very, very beautiful, the sacredness of time. We have eternity, and it's all holy. Every moment is a gift. Every breath is a gift. But to set aside a day for prayer, relaxation, creativity, nurturing, whatever it is that nurtures your spiritual development is a great idea. And I would encourage you to embrace it. And if you can't do it on Saturday, take Tuesday, take Wednesday, I don't know, whatever you need to do to have something. It really it embellishes our spiritual development. And I think it's worthwhile to set aside a day and call it Shabbat, Sabbath. Saturday, Sunday. Doesn't matter the day, but it's a nice idea. So Shabbos, Shuvah, Sabbath of returning. Sabbath is a lot about making space. So I want to teach you a simple melody. I'm going to do a little simple melody. It's in Yiddish. The melody's not in Yiddish. The words are in Yiddish. I had to clarify this, right? Brought in there. Do you mind again? Okay. So Sabbath in Yiddish. Someone know the Yiddish of Sabbath? Shabbos, exactly right. Shabbos. Shabbos soll sein Shabbos. You know what that means? Sabbath?
Sabbath shall be Sabbath.
Exactly right. Können Sie sprechen Deutsch ein bisschen?
Ein bisschen.
Ein bisschen, ja.
Sehr, sehr.
Okay. Okay, so Sabbath, let there be Sabbath. Shabbos soll sein Shabbos. Shabbos soll sein Shabbos. And then we say Shah. You know what Shah means?
Quiet.
Quiet. Can we turn down the lights? Is there a way we can dim the lights? Get some atmosphere here. Yeah. So we have Shabbos, Zol Zayin Shabbos. Sabbath, let there be Sabbath. Shabbos, Zol Zayin Shah. And when we say Shah, we just stop. No music, nothing. Listen to the crickets, your breath. And we're going to let the silence go for a little bit. And then we break the silence with Shabbos, Zol Zayin Shabbos. Biddy, 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 bum. Clap your hands or something. And then we'll do it again. So let's try it. Shabbos, Zol Zayin Shabbos. Shabbos, Zol Zayin Shabbos. Shabbos, Zol Zayin Shabbos. Biddy, 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 bum, bum. Shabbos, Zol Zayin Shabbos. Shabbos, Zol Zayin Shabbos. Beautiful. Okay, you got it. It's an easy song, huh? You know, so it's those spaces of silence. How long does that silence last before monkey mind comes in and says, whatever it says? You know monkey mind? Yeah. Everybody knows monkey mind. Anybody doesn't know monkey mind?
No.
Okay, everybody is familiar with monkey mind. That's very good. Never mind monkey mind. Never mind. Pay attention here and now. Shabbos time. So enjoy that space of silence for a little bit, and let's see how we can extend it. And just listen and know the room is quiet and just appreciate the quietness. Okay? All right. It's not going to go into an hour of a Vipassana session, but be prepared. Watch your breath, pay attention to your belly, yes, so whatever you want to pay attention, just pay attention.
Remember the monkey mind.
Never mind monkey mind. Monkey mind is not going to show you Shabbos peace. Trust me, it is. Monkey mind doesn't even care about showing you any kind of peace. Monkey mind just shares peace, P-E-I-C-E. Monkey mind likes to bifurcate, separate, divide. And that's not talking monkey mind, Shabbos.
Shabbos, Zol Zayin Shabbos. Shabbos, Zol Zayin Shabbos. Shabbos, Zol Zayin Shabbos. Biddy, 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 bum. Shabbos, Zol Zayin Shabbos. Shabbos, Zol Zayin Shabbos.
Amen. So to have a day full of these morsels of quietness is really special. You know, it's good to have these morsels of quietness every day, obviously. Important, very important. Your inner garden. You know, the inner garden is very important. What kind of crops are you growing? So the inner garden is very important to cultivate with essential fertilizers of kindness, compassion, love, awareness, connection to all humanity, mercy. How would tenderness look in a situation? How does mercy look in a situation? Put a lens of forgiveness on instead of anger. We can change our lenses just like we can quiet the breath, quiet the chich. You know that term, chichadera? It's a great term, chichadera. It talks about the continual chirping of crickets. It's another word for monkey mind. Chich, chich. So the techniques that quiet the chich, and we have many of them. But a lot of the times the chich happens because we're isolated. And so we're picking up a lot of different things. Our antennas pick up stuff from God knows where. I find it sometimes easier to be quiet in a group than I do just being by myself. But I still do my sitting practice and my spiritual practice. But it's so beautiful to come together with attention and intention with a group of like-minded humans to share the glory of our Creator and the love of one another. It's very special. So that part still nurtures me to come together with humans and share the concerns of the fellowship and also some just song, dance, quietness, peace. We need more ways to be in touch with one another, to connect, to hold one another in quietness, in holiness, and in love. So we're getting close to the end of the Sabbath. I didn't want to rush it, you know, because it's nice to hang on to. Sabbath ends when there's 3 stars. You could probably 3. I'm sure it's toward the end of the Sabbath. And, so let's sing one more Shabbos song. And then we're going to put the chairs away, and we're going to have Havdalah. And my beautiful daughter Zoe said she'd like to be the Rebbe for Havdalah. Right? Did you say that?
I don't know. Sure, yes, I did. I will do that.
That's very lovely. So we all have something to look forward to. You know, rabbi in Judaism means teacher. And that's one of the beauties of the tradition, in that we're all rabbis. There's no hierarchy of rabbis in Judaism. I like that. If there was a head rabbi and stuff like that, it would make it harder for me to do the work. But the fact that everybody's a Rebbe, we're all, who is wise? He who learns from everyone. So that's very good. I like that. It's well placed. And the fact that there's a big feminine connection within Judaism. You know, Passover wouldn't happen if it wasn't for the midwives that rescued Moses. So that's a biggie. Purim wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for Esther. So the major holidays have the feminine presence there lurking in the shadows, but if they weren't there, we would have never got to be a people and see the light. So it shows the profoundness of the teachings. And the fact that Moses survived because of the kindness of Pharaoh's midwives, who disobeyed Pharaoh's orders to put all the kids to death. Midwives they answered to a higher law. And that's essentially the feminine. And that really is very important to meditate on, to think about. Because it's not a Jewish woman, that saved Moses. It was Pharaoh's midwives that essentially birthed the Jewish people and the redemption of the people. And that's a very powerful theme if you really think about it. So within all the holidays, there's the feminine presence that's yearning to come out. And in the days of enlightenment, I think we're going to embrace it more. You're seeing more and more women, the women at the wall in Jerusalem, and more women accepting ordination and leading synagogues and temples throughout America and Europe and even in Israel. So things are happening that are exciting, that are bringing in the goddess energy, the divine feminine, and creating more of a balance. And the old guys with beards are, God bless them, They'll get it. The Creator's got a master plan, so however that works out. But something's happening within my tradition that excites me, that I can sense that is purposeful and passionate and playful, and it's good, and more women are heads of congregations throughout America, and taking on the cantorial positions, the rabbinical posts, and teaching and learning, and this to me is very exciting. So I'm very grateful for this. So the song that welcomes the Sabbath is very much in the feminine. How about that? Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Oh dance for the rest of the evening after Havdalah. So we're going to need to move the chairs and stack them up to the side, and then let's all come in a circle. And my beautiful daughter Zoe Shira Netanya will lead us through the ceremony that marks the conclusion of the Sabbath, known as Havdalah, separation, distinction.